What's going on? What's going on, Patriots? Welcome back to Hood Politics, the channel where we keep it real, keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? Hey, for a minute now, we've been hearing about the same old tired nonsense from them suits in D.C. about the Federal Reserve. You know what I'm saying? Talking about how they independent and how it's above politics. You know, they tell us this place is sacred, run by these smart dudes with a bunch of degrees who know better than everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Like they got the keys to the kingdom or something, setting an interest rate, deciding what our dollar is worth. You know, and I ain't feeling that. You know what I'm saying? But unfortunate for them, you know, we got a real president in the office. You know what I'm saying? And you know, this week he called a bluff. You know. He did the one thing nobody else had the guts to do. He fired that chick, you know what I mean? And he didn't care what color she is. And that's what I like about my president, you know what I'm saying? I got Clown News Network pulled up, you know what I'm saying? Let's see what they talking about. You know they finna go be silly.
Announced he is firing Fed Governor Lisa Cook over allegations of mortgage fraud. This is the first time a president has fired a Fed governor in the central bank's 111-year history. Cook has not been charged with any crime. This has huge implications in politics, law, and the economy. CNN Matt Egan here to explain it all. Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning, John. Look, we are living through this historic clash between a norm-shattering president and a central bank that fiercely protects its independence. And all sides agree that there's so much at stake here when it comes to the economy, the cost of living, and the future of the Fed itself. So the latest drama is the fact that the president announced last night that he has fired Lisa Cook, who is a Biden-nominated governor at the...
Hey, and this chick had the audacity and the nerve to say that she ain't going nowhere. Like, what is going on with these people? Who do these people think they are, yo? Like, this is so crazy. It aggravates me and it burns me up so much how they disrespect our president. One of the best presidents that we didn't have in my lifetime, period. Point blank, hands down. You know what I'm saying? And it burns me up how they disrespect our president so much, man. Let's get back into it.
Fed. She's the first black woman on the Fed board. Now, Trump officials say this is about mortgage fraud, alleged mortgage fraud, but Democrats, economists, and former
alleged mortgage fraud.
You
see how they framing it? But when it was Donald Trump, it was they ain't finna come and bring nothing, and they don't got major proof and yada yada yada. But when it's a Democrat, it's alleged. It wasn't alleged when it was Donald Trump. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to say. It wasn't alleged when it was Donald Trump. But now, when it's a Democrat, it's alleged, boy. It's two-tier justice system, man. And that's what I don't like about the Trump administration. That they be abiding by this crowd, man. The Republicans gotta learn how to fight fire with fire. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being honest, man. You ain't gonna never win the game, and you know the other team is cheating, and you're not willing to cheat. You already lost. You know, when the Republicans get in office, we just get 4 to 8 years of these people is out of office. You know, we just get to breathe. You know what I'm saying? They don't really do nothing to push the country forward. You know what I'm saying? Look like I got a bad connection. Forgive me.
fear that this is an attack on the institution of the Fed itself, and this is something that may ultimately get settled by the courts. Now, in this Truth Social post last night, the president said about Cook, he says he does not have confidence in her integrity due to, quote, deceitful and potentially criminal conduct. And he said the conduct at issue exhibits the sort of gross negligence in financial transactions that calls into question your competence and trustworthiness as a financial regulator. Now, the CNN review of mortgage documents does show that before Cook was nominated, that she did take out mortgages for 2 properties that were both listed as her primary residence. But we don't know whether or not this was...
Where is the but coming in at? What's the but for? When it was President Trump, there was no but. You see what I'm saying? When it was President Trump, there was no but. Now all of a sudden it's a Democrat, it's a black lady. She checked all the boxes. You know what I'm saying? Well, I don't know if she checked all of them. I don't know if she's with the community. But she checked a couple of boxes. So now it's but. There ain't no but.
Something that was done intentionally. We don't know why this happened. And we also know that Cook has not been charged here. Now,
that's so disingenuous. How could it not be done intentionally? You know what I'm saying? How could it not be done intentionally? Guess what? It do not take Jack Frost to know it's snowing outside. All you gotta do is look out the window. You know what I mean?
Cook is striking a very defiant stance. She put out a statement through her lawyer where she said President Trump purported to fire me for cause when no cause exists under the law. He has no authority to do so, and I will not resign. And her lawyer went on to...
Now, see, this is where it gets tricky. Because in the private sector, if your employer suspects you of committing a crime, whether it's on the job or outside of the job, they don't have to wait for you to go through the whole, you know what I'm saying? They don't have to wait for you to go through the whole legal system to get rid of you. You know what I'm saying? Now, as far as federal jobs, I don't know. So this is where it's getting interesting. You know what I mean? Like, do Trump gotta wait for her to get charged and found guilty? Or can he fire her?
Strongly hint at legal action here. Now, former Fed officials, like I said, are worried that this is an attack on the Fed. And they say that the Fed is supposed to be independent from politics for a good reason, right? Because if presidents called the shots on...
If they was independent from politics and not biased for the Democrat Party, why haven't he lowered the interest rates yet, knowing that it would stimulate the economy? You know what I'm saying? So if they're independent, why won't he lower the interest rates? They did everything they could possibly do, including draining our our oil reserves. You know what I'm saying? Including draining our oil reserves or whatever it is. Y'all know what I'm trying to say, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So don't tell me that these people is independent. There's not independent. And I don't know how these people, this is what bothers me about the idiocy of the people who support the left. You know what I'm saying? These people don't spend no money. They want everything for free. Why are y'all supporting these type of people? And I'm speaking to the businesses right now, the business owners. I'm speaking to you guys. Y'all support a bunch of people who want everything for free and don't spend no money with you. And you isolate the people who spend money with you in every way you can. You do. They don't mind your politics, but yet you throw them in their face until they just say, you know what? I can't even spend money with this cat. Like, what type of business sense do that make, man? This is silly, man. Let's hurry up and wrap this up, yo.
Interest rates, of course they would want low mortgage rates and low credit card rates. But sometimes, as you know, John, you need higher rates to fight inflation. And history shows that...
This is so disingenuous. I want to say some other stuff. See, that's why y'all got to get over to that YouTube. We got to get on YouTube so we can really say what we want to say. But they lying their ass off right now, man. You know what I'm saying? Inflation have not budged. It's still at what, 2.7? It's still at 2.7. So if you got to keep high interest rates to fight inflation, then why, when inflation skyrocketed to 9% under the Biden administration? Why, when it skyrocketed to 9% under the Biden administration, why you didn't keep the interest rates high? Why did you lower them? and really F up the economy. Explain that one with your lying ass.
When politicians meddle with central banks, it can end badly. Most recently with Turkey's Erdogan. He installed a loyalist to lead that central bank. They had runaway inflation shortly thereafter. So again, there is so much at stake here.
And again, if she's removed and the president gets to appoint a new person, that'd be another 13 years left or so on her term. Politico calls it a vice-like grip President Trump would have on the Fed. Matt Egan, thank you very much. Danny?
These people is so silly, man. Hey, I just wanted to bring y'all that. Let me know what y'all think about that, man. Let me know if y'all feel like how I feel about the private sector, that you don't have to go through your whole court cases and everything to be terminated from your job. But so if anybody out there know anything about federal government jobs, you know what I'm saying, and government agencies, hit your boy up. This your boy Jay from Hood Politics checking in, and now we checking out. Y'all know how I do it. Get over to at with the A in the circle at Hood Politics 90 on YouTube and sign up. It's your boy Jay, and subscribe. Thank you.